I'm joined now by Franak Viačorka, who's a Belarusian politician and journalist and advisor to the Belarus opposition leader. It's a really great privilege to have you talking on this show today. How do you perceive the situation on the Polish border and the relationship between Belarus and Russia at the moment? Do you think the two are acting together to create issues for Europe, or do you think that this is more of a unilateral behaviour by Lukashenko?
Situation on the border deteriorates. It's dramatic. Many people are frozen on the border and there is no access for international organizations to help them. Also, Belarusian security forces are trying to push these poor people in the direction of Polish fence, of Polish border guards. And we see today for 4 or 5 hours there was almost open conflict, open confrontation between them. Regarding your second question about Russia and Belarus, I think it was an initiative of Lukashenko, same as hijacking of Ryanair flight a few months ago, because Lukashenko himself, he's very impulsive and he wants to demonstrate the strength. He's for 27 years in power and he wants, to look as a strong man. He likes to be in the spotlight. And Putin in this situation, he takes advantage of the situation. Even not being directly involved, he just allows this to happen. And he feels pretty comfortable in having and seeing this confrontation between Belarus and the West.
And what's been the reaction back in your own country? I mean, there were accusations that the election of Lukashenko was rigged. It wasn't an honest and open and fair election. But is Belarus now risk becoming a bit of a pariah state? And also, of course, there's been a lot of reaction in Poland to the gathering masses of migrants on your border, but on their border. But of course, they're in your country. What's the reaction in Belarus to the current state of affairs?
I'm very sad to see what's happening in the country because it's becoming totalitarian state where military junta rules. The very small group of people, clique of Lukashenko, basically controls the major ministries. Also, there is no any form even illusion of democracy. People are in jail. More than 1,200 people are political prisoners, and more than 40,000 people got detained since last August. It's the biggest repressions in Europe in 40 years. And unfortunately, the situation escalates even more. Lukashenko becomes himself outcast, and he makes Belarus the outlier, the outcast state in the center of Europe. But I think the solution is pretty clear. If Europe, the West, the international community will act quickly, will be brave enough, we can stop together the dictatorship and help both to solve Belarusian crisis and to solve migrant crisis.
Franak Viačorka, thank you so much for coming and speaking to us today. And let's catch up again as this situation unfolds.